the amount of like diet culture that's like shoved down our throats
Oh,
obviously affects our mental health as well.
yeah.
And it is
100%.
And I feel like it's so much more targeted to women. Like men, it's targeted in a different way, because if you're not like a ripped like gym bro, like welcome to a new episode of the Knotty podcast. I'm your host, Elle Harlow, and with me as always is sweet baby Tiana.
Hello.
Today we're talking red flags in dating, in our mental health, and in pop culture and reality television. All right, so for the next one, we're going to talk more red flags, more green flags, but this time it's going to be in mental health and within our female friendships.
Which
I think is like a super important one that doesn't get talked about a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I've personally gone through a few like platonic breakups that like shook me to my core way more than any romantic breakup ever did.
I'm going to have to grip the table because same.
Yeah, like it's rough. It's so rough.
Yeah.
But coming up, September 27th is National Women's Health and Fitness Day. What was the last thing you did to help support your health and fitness?
I had an apple this morning.
Oh, I had McDonald's. I had 8 margaritas last night, and then I was hungover and needed to go to a tattoo appointment, so I had McDonald's.
I feel like that supports the mental health, especially the tattoo appointment.
But I am drinking water.
Oh, with killer stickers on it.
Thank you. I love stickers.
I love that. I have stickers for you.
Ooh,
It's totally off topic, but I'll remember. I have stickers of like women scissoring and stuff. It's great.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this morning I made what I refer to as my Lazarus water.
Oh.
For those of you who are not of the Christian persuasion, Lazarus was raised from the dead. So it's the water that raises me from the dead. It's the only thing that gets me out of the house if I was drinking too much the night before. So that's what I did for my health.
What's in it?
Ginger, lemon, a little bit of sugar. And if I can get it, there's like these like turmeric powder like packets.
That's good for you.
For the like the anti-inflammation.
Yeah, anti-inflammatory or whatever.
Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah,
Thank
hey,
you.
now I'm the word bitch.
Now you're
this
the word
time.
bitch.
Yeah, I love that. That's really healthy for you. That's
Yeah.
good. I do like cucumber water sometimes.
Yeah, see, like that stuff's so good. Like,
Yeah.
and it's just like, you know, it's the water that's good for you. But like
Yeah.
anything you can do to make it get into your body better, like if you flavor it, I don't care. Do whatever you need, get it in you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something that I want to try too in regards to like fitness. I want to try Pilates. It looks like fun.
Yeah, we should go.
Stop.
Yeah,
Would
let's
you go with me?
I would 100% go.
Oh my God, party.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh my God. We could do a podcast while we're doing like those little like leg things, you know?
We'll just make sure we take lots of videos of us dying
hell yeah.
laughing. And we'll
Yeah.
just like voice over
Oh,
after.
I am so down.
Yeah, we'll wear our naughty boxers.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I'm into it.
That would be perfect.
I'm
Like
into it.
like we'll do like the the sweatbands.
Into it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
leg warmers.
So into it.
I'll get the leg
Yeah.
warmers.
Love it.
Awesome. I'm excited.
Okay, so women's mental health. What do you think are some of the biggest challenges that women experience with mental health, accessing mental health care?
I think the better question is, what don't we experience at this point?
Fair.
I'm so tired.
So tired.
I feel like mental health help in a whole is very difficult to get because there's so many people that need it. I feel like, not to be very topical, but after like COVID, a lot of people realized what they're struggling with because we were forced to face it for like 2 years.
Yeah.
But not only that, also like developed other things, right? So I think just in general, it's difficult to achieve, but also I feel like specifically for women, we're not taken as seriously.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, because like the amount of times I've been told like, oh, it's because you're on your period, or like, oh, right, or it's like, oh, like, you know, this is hormonal. Okay, well then fix the hormones. I don't know, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
So I think in regards to like mental health for women, we actively seek it more. But for some reason we
Are
have
denied.
Yeah, we have a hard time getting in, and that's what's like difficult. And I guess like it's kind of like that across the board, but you know, I don't know.
And like I get it too. Like we do have socialized healthcare, and it is, every government that comes in just like hacks and slashes the budget, and it gets harder and harder and harder to receive help. Myself personally, like I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder in 2017.
Yeah.
I started seeking help, assistance for my mental health issues in 2002.
Yeah.
And almost every doctor I went to went, this really sounds like bipolar disorder, but I'm not in a place to diagnose you.
They always say that shit.
Because I'm not in a place to offer you the support that you're going to need
Yeah.
going through your diagnosis.
Which is
and it's like,
terrible.
so that phrase had been thrown around and given to me for like 16 years before finally this little, her name was Dr. B. She looked like the psychic lady from Poltergeist. And
Stop. I
yeah.
love that.
And she even had like the squeaky voice.
Oh my
and she was
God.
like, oh yeah. She's like, you're like, your picture's in the book.
We're writing you up.
Yeah. And it
Yeah.
literally took me to like have an episode where I ended up at a grippy sock vacation.
I was going to say, yeah, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt,
No.
but like that's 100% it.
Yeah.
Like I was in the mental hospital 7 times from 13 up until 17. And the only reason why I didn't continue is because they stopped accepting me at some point. But it's difficult because like they will not diagnose you. They will like grip and they will not diagnose you until it's
Because
like,
then they're responsible for your care.
yeah, right? 100%. If you're under a certain age, they have to cover the meds to a certain degree. Like they have to find a place for you, right? Like I was
So much bureaucracy circling like your health.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't know if you're listening, Doug Ford, but listen, like
we're
I
tagging
got
him
words for
at
you.
Doug Ford.
At Ford Nation, embarrassingly
Ew,
enough. I
like the
know.
car?
Well, that's what all of his social media tags are.
Ford Nation.
Embarrassing.
That is
Ugh.
embarrassing. It's like they're trying to be like all strong and cool.
Yeah, it's awful. It's awful.
Yeah, brutal. Yeah, but yeah, I feel like for women, they wait until it's like the last straw.
Yeah.
Like you're like
Hanging
this
on.
close, dude.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, okay. And then it's
Yeah.
like, you couldn't have done this?
It's like being gaslit again, all over again.
Back to the beginning.
all
Yeah.
over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. My biggest one as well, and like I don't know if you've experienced this, but like as like an older lady, I literally went to my doctor and was like, I'm depressed, and he was like, have you thought about losing weight?
Party.
And I was
love
like,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I thought better not. And he was like, okay. And he's like, what about children? Would you like to have some children?
Stop.
And
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, oh, absolutely the fuck not.
Imagine.
Yeah. Could you?
Jesus.
I'm like, I'm already depressed. Let's add postpartum to the mix.
Right? Postpartum depression is huge.
Yeah.
And not
Like
only
I'm back
that,
on
you'd be-
Dateline again. Like,
Yeah. Woman murders 2 kids
and her husband.
and her husband. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah. So like there was a lot of, I would bring very real concerns to the table.
Yeah.
And they would be like, maybe don't eat carbs. And I'm like, maybe go fuck yourself. Like maybe listen to the words coming out of my mouth and stop
God.
downplaying it that I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Like
It's insane too, because like the eating disorder culture nowadays, a lot of people don't realize that that's what it is.
it's all disordered eating.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, like
As
it's
someone who like dabbled with all of them
Dabbled.
in high school, I just, like I obviously went through a program for recovery.
Yeah.
And like, I just like, oh, it's keto. Oh, it's paleo. Oh, it's this. No, it's
Yeah.
just putting reasons why you can't put that in your mouth.
100%.
Like,
Like
that's
food
it.
is not evil.
No.
You know, I don't understand.
Yeah. And like the amount of like diet culture that's like shoved down our throats
Oh,
obviously affects our mental health as well.
yeah.
And it is-
100%.
and I feel like it's so much more targeted to women. Like men, it's targeted in a different way because if you're not like a ripped like gym bro, like
I was going to say, actually, I feel like, because I agree, like it's definitely targeted in different ways, but the amount of ripped gym bros that have eating disorders that don't realize it.
Oh,
Or even like
100%.
my dad, he was like weighs less than me, but he's the size of like a quarterback. I'm like, Dad,
Wow.
this is not good.
No.
He'll be like, I fast every morning. I don't eat until this certain time. You should try that. When I tell him that I've had like a bad week, he's like, you should try fasting.
I love the intermittent fasting. I'm like, everyone does that.
Yeah,
And they're
they go
like,
to
what do
bed
you mean? I'm like, you sleep.
when you go to sleep.
We all fast when we're sleeping,
It's like
except for
breakfast.
me, who sometimes like sleep snacks.
Oh my God. So do you sleepwalk and go?
No, I just have snacks on my bedside table, and I'll wake up with like a piece of licorice in my hand.
me, but with sour straps from the dollar
Yeah,
store.
same. I have like a whole there's like a little commissary in there.
Oh my God.
It's like candy,
Yeah.
antacids because I'm
Oh,
old.
good idea.
Condoms.
Oh.
More candy,
I like
and then like my expensive jewelry that I hide.
I absolutely love that. That's brilliant. Mine is just jam packed with like sour candy,
Yeah.
and then like my CBD vape pen in the
Perfect.
corner.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Female friendships. Why do you think women have a hard time keeping and holding friendships going through their adulthood?
Oh, just specifically adulthood. I had a hard time keeping friendships when I was growing up too. I feel like this one's a very open question because there's a lot of different reasons. I feel like when you get into a relationship, a lot of people just end up focusing on that. Like if you have a family too, it makes it difficult. If you've
100%.
got, right? Like if you've got like kids, it's hard to make plans with your friends and like not a lot of men to go over the kids so that you could go hang out with your friends. Like that's just, yeah, I don't know. It's a very open question. I feel like there's so many things that could happen.
I know, like, for myself, a lot of my friends, because I am like blissfully child free. And so a lot of my friends, when they had kids, it was like an almost immediate severing.
Yeah.
And it was simply because, like, I'm still an asshole that goes out and drinks 8 margaritas on a Tuesday. Right? Like, today is my Saturday. Like, like I got up and I had a tattoo appointment and I like ate junk food and then I laid on my bed and then like now I'm here.
Yeah.
But like my friend who's a baby cannot go out on a Tuesday and drink 8 margaritas.
Yeah. She's like doing homework.
Yeah, she's like, helping her kids with homework and like doing laundry and packing lunches.
She's doing long division with her like 14-year-old. I don't know.
Yeah, like legit. And so there was like an immediate, like it didn't even like peter off.
Yeah.
It was like,
it's a disconnect.
Yeah, it was just like unplugged.
Yeah.
And like I've been really lucky that a lot of them have come back because like I never like was like, oh, like you're an asshole. You've had kids. Get out of my life.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah. It was just like, I'm just gonna, like, I'll be here.
Yeah.
Like, the door is open. Walk through it when you're ready.
Yeah. I like that though. I think that's nice. Like, especially if they're like one night that they could just like go out or whatever, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I like literally reconnected with a friend who like 2 years ago now. And she'd had a bunch of babies and like moved to the burbs.
Oh my God.
And
Love that for her.
Me and another friend were planning a trip to Niagara and we were like, anybody who wants to come, like, let us know.
Yeah.
And this girl like messaged me. She's like, can I come? And I was like, yes.
Party? Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if there's room in the hotel room. So like, let me just book another room so we can have our own.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she was like, oh. And I was like, you're my priority now. Like, we've been friends for 15 years. Like, you're coming.
I love that. See, and I think that's the thing. Not a lot of people are like that. Yeah. Not a lot of people are like that.
I feel like people definitely let their egos get in the way a lot of friendships too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I know in the grand, like, I'm in a lot of ways, I know that I am the center of my own universe. But in the grand scheme, I'm just a little friggin' worm on a big friggin' hook.
Yeah.
So I cannot let my personal self-worth be influenced by the shit that other people have going on in their lives.
Yeah.
If that friend said to me, well, like, you must have such a sad life because you don't have like a baby, I'd have been like, oh, doors closed, bitch. Like, we're good.
Screw that.
But she didn't. She was just like, I gotta take care of kids.
She had a valid reason to like disconnect for a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, and it was fine.
Yeah.
I also find, like, in my own personal experience, friendships, especially when it's like you're single and like your friendships really become like your little community.
Yeah, 100%.
And everyone starts like relying on each other really heavily without necessarily, like, they just start expecting it. And, like, and life changes.
Yeah.
Stuff happens, like situations change and not everyone can roll with that punch.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
Pardon
true.
me.
That's
So
okay. Yeah, I agree. That's very true. Some people are very stuck with like their own ways, or like you said too, like an ego can show up in so many different ways, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I remember I had this one friend who wanted to go to a cottage.
Yeah.
And so we booked it.
Yeah.
Because you had to book it like a year in advance.
Yeah.
And in that time, the pandemic happened.
Love that.
And because I work in a non-essential service, decided that I'm going to use this time to not kill my liver, but I'm going to do something to better myself. And I went back to school.
Oh, I love that for you.
And it just worked out.
Yeah.
The week we had booked at this cottage was my reading week.
Oh, party.
Or like semester. Yeah, it was reading week or semester break.
Yeah, that's something. Yeah.
Which was super great.
Yeah.
Until the night before we were supposed to leave.
Yeah.
I received 17 assignments that needed to be done by Wednesday.
Ew.
Because the professor forgot to assign them throughout the entire semester.
Nope.
Yeah. I was like,
should have assigned them.
Well, but he has up until X date to assign stuff until the end of the semester.
Ew.
And the end of the semester was like that Wednesday.
Stop.
So the cottage we had booked did not have Wi-Fi.
Oh no.
So I was like, I can't go.
Yeah.
And she like did not speak to me for like 6 months. And I was like,
Oh no.
I'm paying to go to school. She's like, you don't even like the program. And I was like, so I should flunk out?
It literally does not matter.
And she was just mad because she was like, I'm doing this nice thing. I'm paying for this cottage. You should be so grateful and you should go. And I was like, except I can't.
Yeah, you're going to fail your course.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah.
That's like a huge, huge example of just not being able to take yourself out of that ego.
Yeah.
A similar situation happened with my mom. She had a friend who like she used to live with when she was like in her 20s. Like, so she had been friends with her for like over 20 years, like a long, long, long time. They're really close. And then last year, and I hope my mom's okay with me sharing this story, but last year, my grandma, like my mom's mom, had to go into an assisted living home.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah, dementia.
Even worse.
It was difficult. Yeah, it was hard. It was hard for mom. Like she was gone a lot of that summer, and she's out in New Brunswick. Like my grandma's out in New Brunswick,
Oh,
and so my
God.
mom had to be out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're used to going out, but she was gone for a while.
That's like hard on top of hard on top of hard.
It was difficult because I also couldn't be there for her too, like just FaceTime, right? But like
Yeah.
I couldn't be out there, so it was like layers of difficultness that she was dealing with. And then my mom's friend, her son was having a wedding, and my mom obviously couldn't make the wedding,
Right.
because that was literally the weekend that my grandma was like, "Here's the keys, like we're going,"
Yeah.
you know what I mean? They don't talk now.
Oh my God.
Her friend lost it on her, and my mom was like, "Whoa, like what the hell?"
It's not even the friend's wedding. It's her kid's wedding. Like that's
Literally.
like so many degrees of separation.
Yeah, 100%. And
Like-
she just was saying that my mom was being selfish, and then they don't talk anymore now. And I know it really hurt my mom because they were close for so long.
Yeah.
And like I felt so bad. I'm like, what the hell? But that's like
Yeah.
that situation of just not being able to like remove yourself from your ego regarding like what you're doing versus like what your friend is going through,
Yeah.
right?
100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we have all heard the phrase like what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Why do you think the meme friendships end in Miami exists?
That's actually kind of funny. I was watching, there's this guy that makes like, he has like a series of like videos where he talks about that, but it's like, he makes like a joke where it ends up being like this like Roman time. And like, I don't know. I have to show it to you. It's hilarious. But I think that, I love that it's specifically Miami too. I love Miami, but like trips in general are very stressful.
Yeah.
There's
Everybody
like,
travels differently.
yeah, 100%. You don't realize how differently until you're there.
That's why I travel by myself.
Yeah. See, I see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And-
watched a group of us like fall apart on a vacation.
Stop. See, that's what happens.
Yeah.
You're a victim.
Yeah. I'm like an easy breezy traveler. Like
Yeah.
if I'm going with other people,
Yeah.
chances are I'm going on a trip that I don't really care about if I'm going with other people. I know that sounds really awful.
Yeah.
But it's just like, a resort or
Yeah.
something like that. Like if I'm going adventuring, everybody stay away from me. I'm going by
No,
myself.
I agree with you on
Yeah.
that though, because then you could do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You can wake up whatever you
But
want.
like at a resort, I'm waking up and I'm drinking.
Yeah. Like breakfast is downstairs, you
Yeah.
know, like we don't have to configure where
Yeah.
we're going. Like you could go downstairs.
Yeah.
I'm going to sleep in, or I'm
Yeah.
going to the pool, right?
Yeah.
I feel that. Yeah.
But like I went with these two girls and like when you travel in groups,
Yeah.
you need to make sure you have even numbers
yeah.
because someone always gets odd girled out.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
just the mean girl effect like happens. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember on that trip, I made some joke and it was like an off color joke. My sense of humor is very off color.
Yeah.
And I made an off color joke and the one girl got really mad and she froze me out for 2 days. And I had to
Shut
share a
up.
room with this girl.
Ew.
Yeah.
That's annoying energy.
Yeah. And then, so girl 1 and girl 2 freeze me out
Oh,
to the point that I was like messaging my partner at the time and was like, I want to come home.
yeah, I would have.
Like, I'm going to see if I can get my own room.
yeah. Oh, good. Yeah.
And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Screw that.
paying for a room that
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable in.
Yeah.
And so then, girl A and B
Yeah.
had a tiff because, like I said, we were all sharing a room.
Mm.
Girl B was kind of going through some stuff
Oh.
and like wanted to hook up with this guy.
Oh.
And she was like, yeah, I'm going to bring him back to the room. And girl A, who was like is afraid of sex and is just like anti-sex. She was like, absolutely not.
Shut up.
And I,
Not in these sheets.
yeah, because she's like, we have to share this room.
Yeah.
And girl B is like, well, I'm paying for a third of the room, so I'm using it how I want to. And then they both look at me and I was like, I am not getting involved.
Nope.
I am not getting involved simply because I don't like either. Like, I don't like either of these attitudes that are happening.
Yeah.
I don't have a solution for an option C.
Yeah.
So I feel like as adults, as women in your 30s and 40s, you should be able to talk this out and come to something that makes everyone happy.
Yeah.
And no, so girl B absolutely boned the dude in our room.
Oh my God.
And girl B and girl A lived together. So that like really was like detrimental to their like living situation.
Yeah.
And I was just like, and then like girl A was like, you could have had my back. And I was like, I mean, I don't really want to be involved.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I'm the one that got to sleep on the cot for the whole week. So like,
you guys can sort this out. I have the fucking cot.
Yeah, y'all shared the bed.
Yeah.
So like, I'ma just be over here on my cot.
Yeah, I'll be at the buffet.
But like
or the pool.
Some people just do not travel well.
Nope. And I think that's really why friendships kind of fall apart in that situation.
And I feel like in every traveling girl group, there's like the there's the mom.
Yep.
There's there's the new mom who's like just getting away from her kids for the first time and is going a little crazy.
Yeah.
There's usually like the divorcee.
Yeah.
That's usually me. Who's like just done with everything.
Yeah.
And like the mom friend runs around trying to control everyone and every move all week, and tensions flare. And
that's huge. Yeah, I'm not I think that the mom friend stresses me out, you know what I mean? I can't do it. Like, stop making sure I'm okay.
I always feel like there's a judgment happening.
100%. And then I feel bad. I'm like, you're not enjoying yourself because you're making sure that I'm okay. Stop it. Drink, you know.
Yeah, for the love of God, put a cocktail in your hand.
Yeah, like we'll end up wherever we're going to end up, but we're going to be fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I always felt like whenever I would travel with the mom friend,
Yeah.
because like I said, I'm older, I'm a little rough around the edges, and my idea of a good time isn't necessarily everyone else's good idea. Her idea of a good time.
Yeah.
So I would, be like lounging by the pool, and then suddenly be like, you know what? Do you know what time it is? It's shot time. And they'd be like, "Elle, it's 11 a.m." And I'm like, 5 p.m. somewhere.
That's why you're on vacation.
Right? Like, what do I got to do today?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Exactly.
Like, it's fine.
I love that.
But yeah, I think it's just that people don't have realistic ideas of who they are as travelers.
Yeah. But that's also true too. Yeah. Your friends, you don't know how they are, but you also don't know how you are until you get there. It's like a whole. You find out a lot of sides of your friend group when you go on an adventure.
100%. And like I have a Libra moon. And so while I'm a Sagittarius and I love to travel.
Yeah.
And I love adventure and I love everything. But if people start fighting, I don't like my whole Libra moon thing is like, I don't want to bring the balance. I just want to let them balance it themselves.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone should be able to handle their own shit and not like get people to pick sides.
Yeah.
This isn't a human rights matter. This isn't me saying like I don't want to get involved and like someone's gonna get thrown in jail for a reason that for no reason. This is two grown women who can need to hash it out.
Yeah, they can figure this shit out.
Yeah, but women run in packs and we tend to pair off. So I get it.
Yeah, that's fair. And speaking of women that run in packs. How do you make new female friends as an adult?
So my most recent friend addition is my ride or die. I cannot imagine my life without her, and I met her on TikTok.
Stop.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. In 2020, she had a huge account, like 1.5 million followers.
Oh my God.
And she used to do, she would make Fashion Nova dresses at home with just like stuff she had laying around.
Oh my God,
so there was a lot
her.
of duct tape and garbage bags and just like cut.
Oh my God. Stop.
It was hilarious. I would like howl laughing, like crying.
Yeah. That's hysterical.
And I followed her. And then I'd made a TikTok one day and it was pretty funny. And so she was like, "Oh, this girl's funny." And she followed me. And then suddenly she disappeared and I didn't see her. And then she popped up again and I had to refollow her.
Yeah.
And then she followed me. And it's because she kept getting her account banned.
Stop. Fashion Nova was after her.
Well, I think it was because she always got banned for nudity and sexuality.
Oh.
Which is always what I get banned for too.
If you're over a certain size, that's it.
Yeah,
They're
that's
like,
it.
no.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not showing off my titties. I just have them.
Yeah. You can't put them away. Where are they going to go?
Yeah, put them in a box.
Yeah.
Like
Velcro.
I mean, that would be lovely.
I talk about it all the time.
Yeah. Same with like one arm while I'm sleeping.
Oh, both
So it's like-
arms.
well,
I could be
I
like a
think
worm.
I'd like to be able to scratch my face or something, you know.
Oh.
But yeah, no, I met my friend on TikTok.
I love
My longest best friend. I have like several best friends.
Mm-hmm.
I met her at a bar, and it was like winter, and like wind blew and like snow fell, and someone went, "Oh my god!" And then someone else went, "Becky, look at her butt."
Oh my
And then
God.
all of a sudden, the whole patio is singing Sir Mix-a-Lot's "Baby's Got Back."
Shut up.
But as the song progressed, people started not knowing the lyrics, so like voices started dying away.
Yeah.
And then we get to like the end of like the second like stanza or verse or whatever, and there's just two voices going, and we're like looking for each other, and we like find each other, and we're like, "That's it, we're best friends now."
I
Like
love that.
we're gonna go do karate in the garage. Like,
Oh my God. Karate in the garage.
yeah, like that was it, and we've been best friends ever since, and that was in like 2004.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Wow. Absolutely love
Yeah.
that. Also shows my age. I thought you were going to sing Anaconda by Nicki Minaj because that's like the remix of that song.
That You're the red flag now. You're the red flag now. No, it's I got to
that
keep it
though.
classic. Got to keep it old school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
see
And I don't know. The other place I've always made good friends is at work.
Yeah. That's pretty
You
much
know,
like, I don't
you have a
do
mutual
anything.
enemy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, the man.
The man. That's true. All of the majority of my, well, okay, I have like 2-3 friends, but like all of them I've met at my last job that I just left, but we're still friends, which is
Yeah.
nice. Yeah. That's pretty much because like if I don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And like I game, but like a lot of people that I game with are men. So like female friends, yeah, like it's just pretty much work.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, especially because like you work in a pretty male-dominated industry.
Yeah. Well, both. Yeah. Because it was before it was cannabis and now it's tech. So it's like,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and like I also work in a male-dominated industry, so like when I
Yeah.
do meet another lady in my industry, I'm
Yeah.
just like, we are together.
Yeah.
We are in it
Yeah.
against everyone.
Yeah.
It's like us.
I love that. That's true.
How important do you think your female friendships are in your adult life?
Honestly, I have a hard time with friendships in general. I think it's a little bit of the autism, but
Got a bit of the tism?
a little bit of the tism. But I have so that's a hard question for me to answer because I feel like the answer is it is important because I feel like female unity. You know, there's people that you can relate to, but for me it's difficult because I have a hard time keeping friends and making friends. Like you could lock me away with a tower, lock me away in a tower with my cat and my TikTok, and I would be fine. You know what I mean?
Same.
But I think that the answer should be that they're really important, and my female friends are important to me. But because it is difficult for me, it is like, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. It's such up in the air.
You're also like 2 seconds into your adulthood, to be fair.
My frontal lobe isn't even finished forming yet.
Where is it?
Where is it?
Stop it. Wow, that hurts my feelings. So for myself, as someone who's on the other end of adulthood,
Yeah.
who's quickly reaching middle-aged, I've found that as I've gotten older, my female friendships have become way more important.
I feel like that's gonna happen
Like,
to me too. Yeah.
I'm at the point now, like, so, you know, like I'm dating, I'm doing my thing, whatever. But like, if my best friends said to me, like, look, we're going to pool our money together. We're going to buy a plot of land out in the middle of nowhere. We're going to put a bunch of tiny homes on it. Let's
Tiny
go.
homes.
And I'd be like, yes, like
Yeah.
cat.
Yeah.
I'm like, jar of teeth held in my
Oh,
toes. Like, let's
stick it in the
go.
boobs
Yeah.
And then you're good. Yeah.
Yeah. Like my one cat's a shoulder cat, so he can take care of himself. Like,
Perfect. I
Yeah.
love
I'd be
that.
like, I'd be gone.
Yeah.
You wouldn't see me for dust.
Yeah.
Because there's the camaraderie and commiseration
Yeah.
of what it is to move through the world
Yeah.
in a world that still sees women as less than,
Yeah. That's
Right?
true. Yeah.
you know, and like people love to debate the wage gap, and they say it's a myth, and they say the glass ceiling doesn't exist because we make choices. But let's be real, when we look at like statistics on like violence against humans,
Yeah.
you know, intimate partner violence, domestic violence, murder, what have you, it's women
Yeah.
are the victims. And so for me now, like having those strong connections with women just makes me know that when I am an episode of Dateline, I'll have at least those 4 people watching. You know, I've got at least 4 people who are in my corner come hell or high water.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I feel like I can agree with that actually, because like my friend watching me as a little sim drive around, make sure that I don't die. Like my guy friends wouldn't understand the necessity for that. They'd be like, "Oh, you're fine." Like, no, I'm not, you know?
Yeah. I'm not fine until I tell you I'm fine.
100%. Yeah. So like I can agree with that. We have like this like level of like understanding of that, and it just kind of makes it easier, you know, of course, like depending on the person, but it makes it easier to like bond in that way.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things like we touched on this briefly when you told me you were colorblind, and you were like, what is this color? Like, how would you describe it without using another color to get me there? And it's the same thing with trying to talk about some issues with that I'll, you know, dating, safety, things like that. And I try to like talk about it with my male friends, and they're like, why do you go through all of that?
Yeah.
And I'm like, listen to this podcast. Listen to every episode and tell me who dies in each one.
Yeah. It's so true, eh? We'll literally be like, I'll listen to like Dateline driving with my mom on Sirius Radio.
Yeah.
And it's always like this is like trigger warning words, but it's like she was raped and wrapped in a thingy and then set on fire. And then the next episode
thrown
is
in
like,
the ditch.
Yeah. And then the next episode is she was cut up into pieces and then put down the drain. It's like, it's always she, you know?
Yeah.
Like, so it's difficult, right?
And like, I definitely feel that there's, you know, it's hard to like respect our boundaries and stuff. And because we get very excited for our friends.
Yeah.
Like I remember like this one partner I had, he was like working really hard to pay off some debt.
Yeah.
And I was very proud of him because that's really hard.
It is.
It's so hard to pay off debt.
It's rewarding when you finally pay it off too.
Yeah. And so he had paid off like 2/3 of it or something. And he told his friends and they gave him like thumbs up in the chat. Meanwhile, I'm like, parade. Like, you know? So, you know, I feel like it's, I don't know. It's just, there's a different expectation in female friendships. I don't know.
No, that's true. Yeah. I feel like it's like a commentary on like men showing their emotion as well, which
100%.
is something that is like slowly starting to change, which is nice. But it's like you have that layer of like, like we get excited, we get sad, we like show our emotions towards these things.
Yeah. Well, it's the same. Like if you look at like any group chat that's like a bunch of women in there, it's like, you go girl boss, blah, blah, blah. Like, like, why do you look so hot today? You know, and like you look at a guy's and it's like poop emojis. Like,
yeah. It's so different. I was commenting on one of my friend's selfies that she put on her story, and she was like, I wish like men complimented like, you know, the ladies and thadies did. And I'm like, very true. Like, you know, we just know, like, I don't know, we just have that excitement and we share it, and it's something beautiful.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm going to do a little Am I the Asshole? Are we ready?
Ooh, party.
Okay. Am I the asshole for ending a friendship over a baby shower I didn't want?
Oh.
I'm about 6.5 months pregnant with my first baby. After finding out it's a boy, we set to work on decorating the nursery, buying all the furniture and the toys that were needed. This week, I and 3 friends met up after 3 months apart. I've grown a lot, so my pregnancy was the very big topic. My bestie, Gabby, started talking about my baby shower, which she said she'd been planning for weeks. This was a surprise because she'd never mentioned it. And I'd never brought it up purely because I didn't want one, which I had told my friends who asked me why. I told them, we already bought all the things that we want or need for the baby. We don't want to double up. I'm worried people that as nice as it is, will buy us things we don't need or want. And I don't want to seem ungrateful when I give it back or return it.
Right.
I'm a very shy person and I am uncomfortable in social events and having attention on me, but mainly because cases of COVID are dropping. I think that's what we aren't dropping.
Oh, yeah.
Or going up. It's not, mainly because cases of COVID are dropping, but it's not gone. I don't want to risk myself, my baby, or my family and friends to it.
That's huge.
My friends said that they were upset about it, but it was my choice. Gabby didn't agree. She told me it wasn't my choice because baby showers are meant to be thrown for, not by me. And even if I didn't want one, I couldn't stop her, and she would just make sure it was a surprise so I couldn't bail.
Shut up.
Oh my God.
Stop it.
She was so proud of this idea. I told Gabby that was not okay. I don't want one. It is a waste of money for all that are involved. They'd buy baby gifts, most of which I can guarantee I have. Gabby rolled her eyes and said I was a killjoy, but the topic changed. I thought the problem was resolved, equaling no baby shower. Oh my God, there's more.
There's more.
Last night I got a call from my mom who shouldn't have my number.
No, that's huge.
I haven't spoken to her since my wedding, and she didn't know I was pregnant.
Oh.
She told me that she got a baby shower evite from Gabby. She was devastated I hadn't told her I was pregnant, but was so happy to be invited and couldn't wait to come see me and the baby. I was furious. Gabby knows about the issues with my mom.
She knows.
She knows.
Oh,
I hung up and I called Gabby right away. I told her if she didn't cancel the shower immediately, she wouldn't see me or my baby again. The evite had my address on it. That is not information I wanted my mom to have.
Oh.
Gabby said my empty threats wouldn't work and that I would thank her for the shower even if I didn't think so now. So I hung up on Gabby, blocked her on all social media, and sent her a text telling her that the friendship was over before blocking her number. Now I'm getting texts from Gabby's boyfriend and friends saying I'm overreacting. It's just my hormones going crazy. That I'll regret cutting my best friend out of my life. But it took months to cut contact with my mom, and in minutes it was undone. My husband is with me, but my friends are saying I'm being an asshole. I don't think I am, but I'm thinking now maybe my pregnancy brain went into overdrive. Girl.
Holy shit.
Nope, that's the wrong one. You are not the asshole.
they're
Gabby
the
is the
asshole.
asshole.
Dude. Okay.
Talk about boundaries. Like,
whoa. The
like,
mom thing killed me.
yeah.
Like, honest to God, because like there's cutting ties with your family is so difficult. It takes up a lot of courage to do if it's needed.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it's difficult because, you know, a lot of parents are super like, they still try and find you, but now like she's got the address. This is crazy. At the beginning, I still like agreed with her, like, cause it's her pregnancy. It's whatever. It's up to her. Right.
Yeah.
But the fact that we got to the point where she said that she told her mom and gave her the address.
Yeah. Like that's
huge.
that is such an asshole move. And I get it. Like I've been through events in my life where I've had to have those parties that I didn't want.
Yeah.
Bridal showers, stuff like that. Like I didn't want it.
Yeah.
But there is a social contract that you do have to sign sometimes. And if my mother-in-law really wanted to throw me a bridal shower, you best know I'm showing up for the bridal shower. Right? But if I had said to my mother-in-law prior, I really don't want a bridal shower. Can we please just like not do it? And she continued to do it anyway. I wouldn't have shown up.
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah. I think that like, I don't know, life is too short to do things that you really don't want to do. And especially I think this specifically because it's a baby shower, like that is literally like, it's her kid and it's her, like it's her family, you know, like if she didn't want to do that, even just with like leaving the mom aside, you know, like I think it's still valid because like she said, like she doesn't need all the extra things. I have seen though, there's a baby shower that someone did where people brought I don't know, diapers if they thought it was going to be a boy, and then like baby wipes if they thought it was going to be a girl or something like that.
Because that's the stuff that you need.
Exactly. That's the stuff that you're buying and buying and buying and buying. Whereas it's like getting gifts and stuff like the toys and whatever, like that's stuff that you could already have or just, you know, goes to waste if it's not used.
I definitely went to a baby shower where we were given a size.
Oh.
And we had to bring diapers in that size.
See, that is perfect. Yeah. I think that's great.
So like I got like my size was big.
Yeah.
I remember like looking at the size of the box and it said like the weight and stuff of the baby. I'm like,
Jesus.
Like they're not going to open this box for like a year.
Yeah. But
but you know what? It means in a year they're not buying that box of diapers.
That's perfect.
Yeah. No, Gabby, you
Advent calendar
are the asshole.
Wow, that's crazy.
OP is definitely not the asshole. Especially like for me, it's like she laid down pretty clear boundaries.
Especially if she knew about the mom too. Like,
and if it's her best friend, I can't see that she didn't know.
Yeah, like she said, like Gabby knows about the issues with my mom. Like, I think it's huge. Like, you know, whatever. Like, if she didn't know, like she's just an outside friend. She's really excited. She didn't know about the mom. It's an honest mistake. I would still be upset, but like, okay, whatever. But like the fact that she knew, that's huge.
Talk about abuse. Like that is abusive behavior.
100%. Because now they like have to figure out what to do about the mom knowing the address now. Because they can't just up and move, you know?
Like, they've already decorated the nursery. She's 6.5 months pregnant. Where are they going?
What are you going to do?
In this economy? Like
your mom's going to just show up at your door now. Like that's crazy. God. And you have to like rebuild that boundary. That's huge. Like she just destroyed what she said. Like took
that's
like
so much emotional
months.
labor that has been decimated.
Yeah. And also hate to this, like, I guess like it's kind of partially valid because your brain, like, you know, you go through like changes emotionally, but like people like saying like maybe my pregnancy brain went into overdrive. Like I know that's what
that's so rude.
I hate that.
And it takes away all of the like all of your like autonomy.
Yeah.
Like, so that you're just this marionette and there's like an evil hormone monster in your brain.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Your reactions and your emotions are
Yeah.
still your reactions and
Like,
emotions.
as someone who gets really bad, like PMS. And like, I get very emotional in my PMS to the point where I've cried because I went and got McDonald's chicken nuggets and I only got a 6-pack because I was like, I don't need 10. And then I ate like nugget number 6 and I started crying because there was no more nuggets.
Oh.
Like, I get hormonal responses.
Yeah.
But when all of the like pathway has been laid, I don't want to party. I already have everything I need. I do not speak to my mother. And Gabby's just like,
it's your pregnancy brain.
yeah, like do not gaslight a pregnant lady.
No.
Like, whatever pregnant lady says, pregnant lady gets.
100%.
Okay?
Yeah. If anything, I feel like, you know, when your brain is that vulnerable, you're just showing your actual emotions. Like, a lot of people can like hide that shit, but like when you're in that, you know, like PMS brain, baby brain, like any of that shit, like you are raw. You are purely you.
I just always want to cry when I'm done my nuggets.
I was gonna say, I'm like, that's me whenever I just get home from work. Like, I'm just crying about nuggets. And like, I think another thing too is my husband is with me, but my friends are saying, like, friends? All of your friends?
It goes back to that Miami thing, right? Because
Wow.
people like pack off. And like, that's the thing is like, I bet you her friends really wanted to celebrate her. And I get that. We all want to celebrate. Like, that's what I was going back to with the group chat.
Yeah.
We are all each other's biggest cheerleaders.
100%.
And they're super excited that she's having a baby and is going to be a mom.
Yeah.
And they wanted to celebrate that.
Yeah.
But take yourself out of the equation.
Yeah.
This is not your space.
100%. Yeah.
Like, if you take out, if you look at it, like you look at this situation and you remove part of it. So like, let's remove Gabby from this situation.
Yeah.
Is this woman just like running around, like screaming and yelling, I don't want a baby shower?
Yeah. No.
So there's like stimulus here. There a stimuli that has created this reaction.
Yeah.
If we take pregnant lady out of the situation and Gabby's now throwing a party for a random person that doesn't want it, Gabby's still the asshole because she's still overstepping a boundary.
100%. A lot of people don't like surprise parties even in general, no matter what the situation.
I always said I would love one.
Yeah.
But I know, because first of all, I'm late for life.
Oh, fair.
And like, I don't like surprises. I really don't.
I think it depends on the surprise for me. If it's a party, I will sit in the bathroom and cry because I need to like emotionally prepare to have social interactions.
Yeah.
When I get home and I'm ready to take my bra off and shower and wear my onesie, like, and there's people, I will cry.
Yeah. I think what it isn't. I think I just had a really deep realization, and I might need more of this rosé. I don't think it's the surprise party that I want, but I want it. It's the effort.
Yeah.
Like,
but effort can be shown in different ways.
It can.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We're realizing things. Well, cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to realizing trauma. But yeah, I feel like effort can be shown in different ways. I feel like if I'm seeing someone and they discussed with me beforehand, like how I'm feeling, and then they show up with like chocolates and they're like, I'm taking you to this. Is like, that is great.
Yeah.
But it's like making sure you're in like the right headspace.
Yeah. You got to be in the mood for it.
Need a little bit of consent for the surprise.
Little bit. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Consented surprise is what I'm into.
All right, that's it for us this week, folks. Thank you for tuning in to the Knotty Podcast. Once again, my name is Elle Harlow. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Elle Harlow.
And I am Tiana Sage. You can follow me. My Instagram is Tiana Sage with an extra T. And I don't remember what my TikTok is, but I also have one.
Follow the Knotty Podcast on Instagram and TikTok at Knotty Podcast. And we will see you next week.